Hey folks, last December I decided to participate in a group build called the 2025 Advent Group Build. The type of plane had already been picked out and we had 4 weeks to complete it. And the plane that was picked out, you could pick any kit company that made it, was the famous de Havilland Tiger Moth. Just so happened I had a Tiger Moth plane, 1/32 scale, in my stash. It was a Revell kit, vintage kit, which was actually a reboxing of an original Matchbox kit. And so I proceeded to get going on it and was pretty optimistic. But as it got closer and closer to Christmas, and I was getting to that make or break, literally, phase, which is getting the top wing properly assembled, which generally comes on pretty much near the end, things just went completely haywire. And I ended up putting the kit away, was pretty frustrated, muttering to myself, pretty annoyed. I'm beginning to wonder if I should know better than to go back and attempt to build another de Havilland airplane, because this time I'm working on a de Havland Hornet, a wonderfully beautiful plane that was put out by the company. Started just before the end of World War II. It didn't go into service until 1946, I believe. Just a gorgeous plane, and I picked up a kit from the new company, DBMK, 1/32 scale. It looked just gorgeous, and I started work on it about a week or a week and a half ago. Well, this time what I've discovered is you don't get hit with the surprise near the end of the build. It starts out right at the beginning, and I'll attempt to show you what I mean.
Well, right from the start on page 1, I knew that this build was possibly going to be pretty hinky. 11 separate parts, very tiny PE to construct the harnesses, seatbelts. But I chose to ignore all of that. I hate PE in principle, and I almost never use PE harnesses or seatbelts. I will use the cloth type or make my own out of Tamiya masking tape, but the metal stuff I just don't like. And besides that, I'm going to put a pilot figure in anyway, obviating the need for something like this, so we skip ahead. Now, the instrument panel consists of 3 different materials, two pieces of PE, and then a piece of styrene and piece of resin. And it all went together pretty well, but the attachment of the heads-up or mirrored gun sight there, it isn't obvious at all what angle that attaches on. And it's a tiny, almost non-existent little stub. It doesn't square in with a nice little click onto the panel at all. So you're basically stabbing at it, and it's got to be CE glue. You're attaching resin to metal and hoping that you got the angle right. But no, you're not going to be able to test fit it for a while. So there's all of that. Putting in the tiny little pieces of clear plastic, yes, with PE borders for the display. Well, that's another story too. Okay. Well, we go on. Basically, the building of the cockpit interior is a nightmare. It's combinations of different materials. There are no clear demarcation lines. They show holes here which are far bigger than are on the actual pieces. And this is not basically pop it in, click, and you've got everything set and fit like a glove like I would like. No, you're basically stabbing at it and hoping that you get the angles right. It's problematic with the frame for the armor piercing or the armor protection, and the way the seat attaches. I didn't bother with the joystick because I lost it, so there's that. and it goes on, and about right here, you attach everything. And let's just say it was a fight all the way, but I've got it in, and I think it'll seal up. There'll be some gap filling here, but it's in. I'm not going to bother with rudder pedals. You won't see those anyway. And even if you could, even if I did put them in, they'd be blocked by my pilot figure, who, even though he's undersized and basically more accurately a 1/35th scale, I'm going to have to do surgery on him and hope I can get it all trimmed. As I look ahead on the instructions, I think I'm going to have similar fit and attachment issues all the way through, particularly with some of the inner components of the wing and, unfortunately, the landing gear. So I expect this will be a battle all the way. If things work out, it will be a pretty plane upon completion, but I can't say I'm getting much joy out of building it. So there's my griping, but I'm proceeding. I haven't binned it yet, but at least I can say that I knew right from the start that this was going to be a chore. So there you go. That's it. And onward and hopefully upward.